gang? Welcome back to Sea Cats. In today's video, we're going to be explaining a little bit more about what we did with our solar on the boat and how we tried to save a little bit money. Adding solar to a boat is very expensive, and it's not that complicated when it's 12 volt. So I did a lot of research, and Sue and I did a lot of things that helped save money on the project. So come with us, we'll show you along what we did. We came to the realization very fast that when the boat came with 480 watts of solar, that wasn't nearly enough. So one of our big projects we wanted to get done while we were doing annual maintenance this year was to add more solar. So we found a yard that could do everything, haul the boat, store the boat. They also had a metal shop on site in New England, in Rhode Island, and we went to them. I said, we already have a panel, we already have a solar array, and I just want to extend it. Use the infrastructure that's already there, just take it off, add an extension. Here's the panels I'm gonna get, wham bam, here we go. So I was trying to really save money. I didn't want to start off and do a whole new panel because the pricing is ridiculous on that stuff. So anyways, we went to the yard. I showed them what I wanted, and they said, we can do it, no problem. I said, perfect, let's schedule it. And we found the panels, we found all the stuff. And again, we were just trying to keep this like as budgeted as we could. So Sue and I removed the panels that were originally on there. We relocated them. We showed you that before. So we got those all cleared. We took off some other bolts, and we made things just as easy as possible so they could just unbolt it and get a lift and pop it off and go to work. So during that period, we did a lot of research on different panels, but the supply chain was a little weird. And then when you're only ordering a few panels, it's hard to get because a lot of solar companies don't want to break down a pallet, blah, blah, blah. So we ended up finding some 3 panels, 450 watts. We ended up buying those. We went and picked those up. We showed that to you in a previous video. And we ordered the Victron MPPT controllers, which I was watching them for a while, and they came up and went on sale for like half price. So we were going to just use 1 or 2 MPPTs, but I decided to just get each panel their own MPPT controller. So if, the shading or the mast or this, that, and the other, it wasn't that much more expensive. And it was to do it the right way and really just try to maximize our solar intake. So the boatyard removed the old solar arch and took it into their shop inside. And then they extended the back of it. They welded onto the existing arch and just made it longer and made holes for the grooves. There was a little more engineering into it, but it's just, at the end of the day, they just welded extra metal onto the arch. So, and then they also installed the panels while the boat was out of the water. Unfortunately, Sue and I couldn't do that because, the boat's 20 feet out of the air, or 25 feet where the panels were, and they needed to use a lift, and we needed people, so they installed the panels. But Sue and I did all the wiring, all the MPPT controller installation. We did everything. So again, all they did was extend the metal and then they put it back on and installed the panels, and we were done. So now we have a total of 1,830 watts of active solar panels. You know, we didn't want to get rid of these panels that came with the boat originally from the factory, so we reinstalled these Solera 120 watt each panels up here, and we also did 2 on the hardtop. This was originally set up with a Master Volt MPPT controller. So we decided while we were doing everything that we wanted to just move these over to a Victron as well. So we have 4 Victron MPPT controllers, and we link them together so they all talk together and can do the charge cycle together. But as you can see on these panels, you know, one reason why we did the single MPPT per panel was because of shading and trying to optimize solar intake. The mast boom is shading the middle one, and the hard top is shading half of each panel right now. And as you can see, there's nothing getting to these ones. Right now we have a wind against current situation on the anchor, and what are you going to do? Later on, when the wind shifts or the current shifts, we'll get everything going, and we'll take on some more amps. But so far, when we're in the sun, it works really good. So we're happy with the turnout. As soon as the sun starts hitting the panels, we really start taking on some juice. As you can see, there's some fluctuation because of the shade, but it's not bad. We're taking on about 40 amps right now, and now we're getting back into the shade, and you can see the power dwindling. All right, here in the engine room, I got a piece of a 1/2 inch starboard and mounted all the MPPT solar charge controllers to it, along with bus bars, the circuit breakers, and the on and off, and we mounted it over here. So we have one controller for each panel and a shut off here, and then way over here we have a breaker box, or a circuit breaker box, Master Volt MPPT. So we got another MPPT so that everything can talk together, and I can see everything on this sweet app. So I can see what everything is doing in real time. So, you know, there's shading on 2 panels, and then one panel is taking on 12 amps or 160 watts, and the others are only doing 50. So it's working out great. It's all pretty basic electrical, 12 volt, ran the cables, hooked everything up, and tested it, and everything worked on the first try, believe it or not. I was shocked. But yeah, anybody can do this. I did learn a lot from Out Chasing Stars YouTube channel. I believe his name is David. He had a very extensive solar install on his boat, and I learned a lot from him. So if you ever watch this, I appreciate you. Before we added the solar, we had to run the generator about 3.5 hours a day. That's living on the boat full time to keep everything charged off. But now, if the sun is out and we don't use huge loads, we will regenerate all our power. Now, when we when we want hot water, we either have to run the port engine or turn on the generator. Sue and I enjoyed being involved in this project. That way we know if something goes wrong with it later on, we know where to start to troubleshoot, and so on and so forth. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, drop us a line and we'll get back when we can. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
In today's video, hold on. Welcome back.